Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Swango. I'm your instructor for Peace Studies. This semester, I want to welcome you to class. I want to begin by just walking you through some of the different aspects of the class in Blackboard so you can find your way around and also be aware of some of the things that might trip you up if you aren't aware of them. And so I want to call your attention to some specific things. So let me go into the course here and walk you through this. So this is our course in Blackboard. This is a new version of Blackboard, and so some of your classes, many of your classes may be in this version, some may be in the previous version. If you aren't familiar with this, I don't think it will be tricky for you. I feel as if I have things laid out well enough that you can find your way. So there are some different tabs along the top here where you can access different information. So there is the content tab, and that's what the course defaults to when you open it up. There also is a calendar tab, which will be really helpful to keep track of what's going on and when things are due. A post or a link to the discussion boards, although there also is a link within each of the units. The grade book, where you can see the progress you're making, and then if you need to send a message to me and choose to do that through the course and not through email, you can do that. So this is our course content, and so there are a lot of different units here. You can see for each one of these there is a little drop down arrow along the right side, and that lets you know that there is something inside that unit. So I have a unit called Start Here, and if you click on that and begin there, you'll for each of these units there will be a what to do in this section, and so you can read that and see what it is you need to do. And then there is an arrow that leads you. Here is the video. You can move through these different items and make progress through the course. And then when you reach the last one of those, you can close that and then go to the next unit. Now, what I have for each one of these units is I have a suggested due date and an absolute due date. There are 5 due dates in the course. So if you go to the syllabus, that may be the easiest place to see that. And I have a link to the entire document if you want to download it and save it or print it, you can do that. But then I also have broken it into the various sections. And so you can just look at those, and if you want to read through the syllabus here, you can do that by clicking on this first one and then reading that information and going on to the next one where you get to some of my policies, the different information that you need about the course, how the grade is compiled, and my late work makeup policy, and then the calendar of assignments. And so on that calendar of assignments, you're going to see this information. So there are 5 deadlines in the course. One is Sunday, August 22nd. And there is one piece of work that is required by that deadline. And here it is. You must complete the Introductions Discussion Board by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, August 22nd. Otherwise, you will be reported as a no-show and you will be dropped from the course. So that is the one piece of work that you need to do to indicate that you intend to stay in the course, take the course. Excuse me. After that, there are 4 deadlines, pretty much one in the middle of each month. So September 12th, October 10th, November 7th, and then Thursday, December 9th. The others are all Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. That one is Thursday, and that's the deadline for the last work, the final exam and the last several weeks of work. So the way I have this set up, and again you can see this, there's a suggested due date and then the deadline for this material, except for that one piece. You must do that introduction discussion board by the 22nd or you'll be dropped. The rest of this, the deadline is suggested on the 22nd, but absolute on September 12th. Same thing with this next piece, same thing with this next piece, with the next piece, and then you can see that in this unit on War and Killing with chapters 1 and 2 of your textbook, those are due by September 12th, and all of that work, complete any remaining work from the previous units, that's all due by September 12th. Then we begin working toward the next deadline, and again I have a suggested deadline where I have weekly deadlines for you, just so you can pace yourself if you want to use those suggestions. But this next section, these several sections of work, are all due by October 10th. And so there again, complete any remaining work from the previous units and then take your midterm exam. And then there is the next chunk of work, and that's due on November 7th with several different units, and you can see there, complete any remaining work from the previous units, and that's due by that deadline, and then the final deadline of November 9th. And so that is how that is set up. I have things marked in color. If you choose to print or download the Word document, I have those deadlines highlighted. And so that may be an easy way for you to keep track of things. Otherwise, you can just keep track of them through these different units where I have the deadlines listed there for you. There also is that information in the calendar. And so if you click on the calendar and you look at it by the month, you can see that there's one piece of work that is due by August 22nd. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing, but he has killed a catnip mouse and is meowing for me. So you click on September and you can see that there are 8 pieces of work or so due by that deadline. And then same thing with October, that deadline, November and December. And so that can help you with that. The primary work in the course is discussion boards, quizzes, 2 interviews, essays, papers, 2 sets of interviews that you conduct, and then write a paper about them. There is 1 research paper, and there are 2 exams. You also can do some extra credit. Again, all of that is laid out for you in the syllabus if you read through that. Much of what you'll be doing is watching films and reading your textbook. And so again, you can pace yourself. The first reading from the textbook is this preface, introduction, and appendices. And you can see that that's a couple of units in. That gives you some time to buy your book. The textbook is the From War to Peace by Kent Shifford. It's 10 chapters long, and we will read all 10 chapters. I think that gives you a pretty good overview of the course. If you have any questions at any time, of course, you can email me. You can send me a message through the course. My various ways of contact are listed on the syllabus. And so you can reach me through various means. This is not a difficult course, but it is a lot of work. I think most students find the work to be challenging, to be inspiring, to be interesting, but again, not difficult. The comments I hear about the course material are that it is inspiring, it's motivating, it's life-changing, and so I hope that you are engaged by the material and inspired by it, challenged by it, because we need more peacemakers in our world. We need people who value peace and who value communication and respect, who thrive on diversity and work for inclusion. And so I think this is a very timely course, a very valuable course. So I wish you well. I hope it's a great semester for you. Again, reach out to me anytime you need me. Good luck as you work through the content, and I hope you have a great semester.